So here's the second delivery of the English project about Persepolis. So the first chapter is the heroes. They were two professors that were very near to the family. Um, they were out of prison. So one of them was the husband of the mother best friend Siamak, and the other was Moses. They told them how they were tortured. So was very impact to Marjane's the things that they were told. And in the last of the chapter, they know that Marjanes have learned that bad people are dangerous, but forgiving them was too. In the chapter Moscow, the uncle Anush appears. He he also was a prisoner and have get out. Was also out of he have been 30 years in prison, and he began to tell the story to Marjane. He told her that uh, he went to the Soviet Union to Moscow to study and got married. But after some time, her wife broke his heart and was a very difficult part for from him. In the chapter The Chiefs, Marjane, for this epoch, with his uncle, learned a lot about political knowledge. Some people began leaving the country because the Islamic Revolution had won the elections. So after that, some people began to kill the persons who had been prisoners, and one of them was the uncle Anush, that was very important to Marjane, and was very sad about this. In the next chapter about the trip, Marjane grew up, and sometime later, the Islamic Revolution closed all the universities for 2 years. So uh, she had the dream of study and learning a lot. So it was very difficult to her, and also the women have to be forced to use the veil. So knowing that the country was changing, they want to do a last trip to Spain and to Italy. And when they arrived to Iran, her grandmother told them that they were at war. At the chapter 814, they heard a bunch of jets in the sky, and when they got out, they know that they weren't the jets of Iran because the jets were F-14. They were the Iraqi jets that were bombing Iran. So after that, one friend of Marjane at the school had her father killed by the attack of the jets because was pilot, and told Marjane that she wished that her father were alive and in jail, that dead and a hero. In the in the last chapter also was important to Marjane that words, the jewels. So after knowing that the food and the gas were beginning to scarce, they tried to stock up some resources, and by the trip they notified that the city were bombed were dropped the city where the bombs were dropped uh, were some people very close to them, so they went to the house to call them. And generally, Marjane hear a sad story about the women that have to prostitute themselves for living. Was a very important thing in the family and to Marjane's. And in the last chapter, the key, Mr. Nashin, that was the main of Marjane's family, has received a key from his son, and he told her that was the son of heaven if he died. And in the word, the old child told them that use the key for going to the heaven.